now going to show you how to do this. I want to do this as quickly as I can and with as least amount of steps to help you get through this. But what I'm expecting you to do is take these very basic steps and take them farther. I want to see exactly what you're capable of doing. So let's start with, I'm going to open up this image, which is an image of the beach. The first thing I want to do is, just so you learn this, I want to change it to 20 inches by 20 inches. It is originally this size. I'm going to change this to 20. And this right now, see how this is, when it means that it will change evenly. So if I did 20 here, that would become 13, but I'm going to turn that off and I'm going to make that 20 as well. I want to set this to 180 and keep this bicubic smoother on there. That will help the images look a little smoother. And then hit OK. And you can see what I have now, where it was a rectangular file, it is now a square file. It's a little distorted, but it's not going to matter because we're going to be doing a lot of distortion. So the first thing we're going to do is learn how to use an action. If you look over here, this arrow is an action, or you could go to Window, Actions to open up that window. But you can see here I can open it and close it. Okay? Now I'm going to right now just delete what I already had in there. I'm going to do Clear All Actions because I want to start a new one. So I'm going to go to this little menu here. It's the hamburger icon. And I'm going to choose New Set. Okay? And we're going to call that AR. You can call it whatever you want. I'm calling it AR01 Actions. Then I'm going to go back there. This will be highlighted. I'm going to go back there and do New Action. And I'm going to call this whatever. I'm just going to call it Beach Filters, etc. Okay? And I'm going to hit this button, Record. When I hit that button, you see this little red thing down here? That means it's recording. So anything I do now, open, close, change color, anything, will be recorded in this action. So I'm going to start with Filter. And I'm going to go to Filter Gallery. And I'm just going to choose one of these. If I want to see what's happening, I can change this down here to say 25%. And it will let me see that. I kind of like what this is doing, but I don't think I'm going to do that one. I think I'm going to go back to brush strokes and do spatter. It's not very large, so what I want to do is maybe do the spray radius larger and the smoothness less, possibly. See, now it's gotten a little fuzzy. I think that's kind of cool. Let's see what happens if we go all the way up. So I want you to experiment with this, okay? See what happens when you do these things. So hit OK. And you can see now it has just recorded this. Effect, spatter, spray radius, and smoothness. Okay? And the next thing I would like to do is try, let's try distort. So I'm going to go to, now instead of Filter Gallery, I'm just going to go right down to the filters and go to Distort. And let's try Shear. And up comes this window. Now this is from when I did this before. You can move these things, and let's just see if I can actually, I don't think I can delete those once I've done them. Wish there was a way I could, but I don't know right now. So I'm just going to leave this as it is. I might play with this a little bit, bring this out to here. You can see down here what it's doing. Maybe bring that. Maybe this needs to come over that way a little. I'm going to say OK. Now, I'm going to go to my Layers panel. So it's just Window, Layers. Oh, I'm sorry, it's off the screen. So I'm doing the screen recording. Let me bring that in. Here's my Layers panel. You can see this is now called the background. I'm going to unlock that. And I'm going to right-click and hit Duplicate Layer. And you'll see we don't need to name these because we're going to end up doing stuff to them. So this first one what I want to do is I want to do Command T for transform, and you can see I get that little arrow thing on the side to make it rotate, and I'm going to rotate it all the way 180 degrees, and if while I'm doing that, if I hold down Shift, it will lock in. And I'm going to now choose one of these other kind of filters to see, but nothing will work right now. Why? Oh, because this transform is still being held. So I have to hit enter to close that down. Come in here, and I'm going to try, Jimlisha, I'm going to do soft light here. Then I am going to flatten the image, okay? And I'm going to do one more thing. I am going to now, and this is, I'm still recording it, I'm going to do Control T again so that I can, I have to turn that off, Control T, and now I'm just going to go 90 degrees, whoops, 90 degrees, and I'm going to hold that Shift key down and it automatically locks to that. Oh, I forgot to do one thing, sorry, I forgot to duplicate it. Duplicate it first, and then do that one at 90 degrees. Now, of course, I have just recorded a mistake. That mistake will be in my action, but I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference. Let's try if we go back to soft light again. Oops, again, we have to hit enter to get rid of that. Try soft light again. Oh, look at the things that are happening. Darken. Ooh. Vivid light. So you need to play with these and come up with one that you like. I'm going to go with, well, I liked one. There's one. What was it? Darken. I'm going to go with darken. I kind of like that one. And now I am going to flatten this again. And I'm going to hide my layers. I'm going to stick my layers back in here and then in the menus in there. Okay. Now I've gotten all that done. I'm going to now stop recording. All these things that are within beach filters are now part of the action. So I'm going to just, to show you, give you a good example, I'm going to open another file altogether, brand new one. I'm going to take, let's see, I think here's a picture I have that I'm going to open. All right, so I've got that. Now you notice that the actions are still here. So Photoshop saves those. So they're available to you for any different file you open. So I am going to click on Beach Filters and let's see what happens. My fingers are crossed. Okay, it says this is not, so you can just hit continue and look what it did. So it's gotten all of those actions are working to do that. I'm wondering what would happen. I would like to go backwards, which, by the way, if you go to your history, it says that arrow going backwards. You can try all of these things, go back to open, all right? And now I'm going to look at my actions, and what would happen if I chose just one of these actions to play? Will something happen? Let's see. It does. It only did the one that I chose. All right. So then I'm going to try, let's try filtering shear. Let's try shearing it now and see what happens. Oh, it sheared it. Okay, so you can see it's shearing it and it's doing the things that are below it. So these actions are each individual thing that you do. If you're actually going to use actions a lot, you might want to have multiple actions doing multiple things so that you can do what we just did. Okay? So that is how you use actions, and I hope that you will enjoy doing this and you will come up with some really good examples. Thanks.